See, Calden asked a question earlier that I should probably have a video for this, but I don't. Calden says, what's the lore behind the Mukluk Twitch logo? What's up with the Reaper holding the marionette thingy? All right, time for a little story time, chat, and maybe I'll make this a video so that I can link it in the future, because this comes up like once a month or so. All right, so when I first started streaming, I was not a Guild Wars 2 streamer. The first game I ever streamed was Divinity Original Sin 2. And after that, I did Divinity Original Sin 1, and then I did Tower of Time, and then I did Grim Dawn, I did Pathfinder Kingmaker, I did, what else was there? Pillars of Eternity Deadfire, lots of RPGs and classic RPGs, right? I was just playing whatever games seemed fun. I was bouncing all over the place. I didn't have much of an audience yet at that time. And when I was trying to think of a, kind of a logo for my Twitch, because I had to have something there, I was trying to think of something that represented me in all the games I play, right? I was trying to think of something that was me in all of this stuff. And the first thing I was able to come up with was the idea of like the person in control of a pet class. Because in all of these games, I'm drawn to playing pet builds if there is one. You know, a necromancer, an elementalist, a guy with totems, a person that's got like a robot pet, or like a ranger with an animal companion. I like pet builds. So I was trying to think of something that would represent, someone behind the scenes controlling things. And the first thing I came up with for that was this like shadowy figure that hangs out in the background and has like puppet sticks. And this was my icon. I got this for, I think it was like $20 from a guy on like Fiverr. He made me this, and it was fine. It was fine. I used this for at least a year, and I used this for quite some time. And then one day I found a guy on Fiverr that had like insane art, right? Like just really, really good art. And the art he did, like it was like comic book level, right? When I saw his stuff, I said, hey, I would like to commission you to redo this with your skill level. And he's like, it'll be $100. And it had been a year. I've been using this for a year at that point. And I said, okay. And so he sends me back this after he's done with it. All right. So, just encourage you. You get what you pay for often with art. So then the icon, the logo of the channel upgraded to this guy at that time. So a lot of people ask about the Grim Reaper thing. It was never really meant to be the Grim Reaper, but I certainly see it, right? Also, at the time, Mukluk was taken on Twitch. So my Twitch username was Mukluk Twitch, all one word. Just like how on YouTube, I'm Mukluk YouTube. Obviously, you can tell I'm very good with naming channels, but eventually Mukluk became available on Twitch, and I got them to do a name change, but the channel name was Mukluk Twitch at that time. So then fast forward even more, and cute chibi emotes started becoming very popular, and I wanted some. And I found a guy on Fiverr, and I went back to him and did business with him dozens of times. And he basically made me cutesy versions of my character. And you could see like a lot of those file names right here. So at that time, we went from this spooky looking fella in the back to these like chibi versions. And it's a chibi version holding the potion bottle that is currently the icon for the Twitch and the YouTube and stuff like that. And that's it. That's how it started. I'm definitely most known as Guild Wars 2 content creator. This little guy is recognized by a lot of people, but at the same time, I play a lot of games and stuff like that. So I've got a few emotes that involve the little dude down here for when I'm in Guild Wars 2, but like, for example, last year in 2024, we played 110 games. And I know because we just recently did the tier list of them. So, I needed an icon that wasn't specifically Guild Wars related for everything. And that's it. That is how the spooky dude started off as the channel logo. Now you know.